Hola! It is Metal Hearts once again. It's a Friday night. It's snowing. I'm bored. I I have some uh, wild turkey. Anyway, so I think it was last week I found out that Kathleen Kennedy was kicked out of the of any further Star Wars project. God, oh, she was horrible. So this is about uh, entertainment. The hell's going on here? Um, the first movie that I fell in love with was, I know it's going to sound cliche, but it's true, Star Wars. So, I think I was 5 years old. Well, I think, no, I think I was 6 at the time. And I'm like, oh my God. And still to this day, it's still one of my favorite movies. Great cast, great story, great scenery and special effects. Even today. So, but I'm thinking, what happened over the past, let's say, 20 years maybe? Movies aren't magical anymore. The last movie I saw in theaters was Blade Runner Part 2, which, it was decent. Definitely not like the first. It delved, but, well, maybe you've seen it, whatever. I don't feel like going to pay. What is it now? What is it, like $15 a ticket to see any movie? Because most movies are horrible now. It's like, and then you have to pay like what is it? Another $10 for a bucket of popcorn, and $8 for a soda. I'm like, and you're spending, seriously, you're now spending like $30 for one person to see one movie. And Hollywood is like, hey, what's going on? What do you think is going on? And some of these movie venues, like, hey, we're losing customers. Oh, why is that? It boils down to this: Hollywood is not making movies that people want to see. There's always, maybe not always, but most of the time, a political agenda in these movies. I'm like, why do we need that? We don't need that. I don't want to hear it. I don't give a about your politics. Leave that out of the story. We don't need it. It doesn't matter what side you're on. I want a solid story. Great cast. Even if it's unknowns, like Star Wars, take a look at that. Great story, great scenery, maybe. Great theme song, maybe. There has to be chemistry, because when it all comes together, that's magic. People want to see that. I don't see that anymore. I would say, and I guess that makes me old when I say the last great movie that Hollywood put out was probably Braveheart and forget about who directed it, blah blah blah. Those were the last great days of Hollywood. Now it's all about hey, we're reboots. It's all about remakes. You're not fooling anyone. New faces. Most of these actors can't act worth shit. I've never heard of most of them. Where did they come from? The story, whatever. It appeals to like 1% of the viewing audience. It's like, what was it? Snow White. And they said, oh, we can't use real, small people. I'm like, why not? They have to have a job. They have bills to pay. Why would you hire? And then they went in a totally different direction. Anyway, it's so stupid it's funny. Okay, and now it's like Hollywood has clutched onto this revisionist history. But yes, it's mostly about reboots, sequels or prequels, blah blah. There is nothing original in Hollywood, and that's why box office sales are ticket sales are down. I read an article about this, and it said ticket sales are down by like 43% or something. I'm like, well, that's actually not shocking. You're paying to see a movie, and the whole industry is about taking you out of reality, escaping that and introducing you to fantasy. Well, if you're not doing your job, why should you get paid? And now, the big thing is AI replacing actors, and they're pissed. Hollywood is panicking about AI. They might downplay it. No, they are panicking. They're scared and pissed. People are realizing, hey, we don't need to see actual actors in the movies. It's all you could say it's CGI, but it goes better than that. I've seen some of these videos. The most recent one was Tom Cruise acting with Brad Pitt. I forgot the name of the movie, and I thought it was real. That's the thing with AI. People are seeing it and like, hey, that must be real. No, it's not real, but it could be. This new technology is replacing real people. So, I mean, anytime now, Hollywood is going to try to pass laws that say, no, only real actors can star in these movies and get their salary. If it's AI, it can't count. I forgot what actors already started this. I think it was Nicolas Cage. And they said, yeah, it's you cannot use my likeness in any movie. It has to be me. I get that. I respect that. But at the same time, put out decent movies that people want to watch. Because if you don't, someone that's way more creative than any mother in Hollywood is going to create these movies that people want to watch. It's wishful thinking, okay? You pair up this actor and this, in a movie. I've seen these fan made videos about Star Wars. They're impressive. Vader goes to visit the shrine of uh, what's her name? Yeah, I'm like, well, that's not the original, actor, but it doesn't matter. We, uh, I can't speak for everyone. I want to go back to the days of the '80s when movies were original. Okay, didn't have to be a great story. Just, just be original. Okay, quirky actors, maybe a catchy theme song. And many of these movies from the '80s, they have a cult following. We don't see that anymore. There's a reason. Hollywood just doesn't give a shit anymore. They figure, hey, here comes this new technology, and we think people are stupid, so we're gonna use it and make movies. I would tell them, no, you're not speaking to everyone. No, no, Gen X, we're not gonna tolerate this crap. Yeah, your movie might be original. That doesn't mean anything. The magic of movie making is gone. The only one that is still making decent movies is Del Toro. I love his imagination, but it's like most of Hollywood. It's like they don't care anymore. They've given up. Too many people rely on technology, AI. Oh, I can do this and pass it off as my brainchild. This is no, no. You be original. Okay, think for yourself. Come up with something interesting on your own. Don't rely on technology. But they won't. They won't, and they will still demand you go see the movies and pay like $15 for a ticket. But Hollywood doesn't. They don't understand it. Everything is streaming. You've given up on Hollywood. How long is it going to take for them to realize that? I don't know.